is INC Now.
Good morning. I will start out by saying that basically I do not have any great revelations. I know that there's some information out there that might lead you to believe that we do, but we don't. I will say that there is a heck of a lot of information coming in, and that's what we want. And whenever we have information that's specific enough for us to follow up on, we're following up on it in various ways. We have help from several other agencies, and they all have different areas of expertise. And Mr. Spierer, I think, will speak a little bit more about that. And excuse me. Again, we don't have any specific things to any specific revelations, and we still are looking for that. So we do appreciate all the attention that is being given to the case, because it does help. Basically, at this point, I'll just take questions.
What can you say about the altercation that occurred? Where did it occur? Who was involved? And does that have any role in this occurrence?
Could you explain a little bit more about what altercation you made?
I'm told that there was a punch that was thrown somewhere in the vicinity, if not in the apartment building at Smallwood Plaza.
Okay. I'm not going to release specific details in general. You know that's what I'm saying. But I do want to make kind of a definitive statement that Lauren was not involved in any altercation. All of our information, including video and interviews, indicates that Lauren was not involved in any altercation. So I want to kind of make that clear.
Was she a witness to one, or was she in the vicinity of one?
As I said, I don't want to speak any further about the other details that we have.
Was one of the individuals involved in that altercation with Lauren that morning?
Again, I don't want to speak any more about the altercation except to say that Lauren was not involved in an altercation.
Are you looking into the altercation? If that had anything to do with the whole situation?
Of course, we're looking into everything that we can, on whether it be a video or what people tell us, but I'm not going to go into specifics.
Is there an investigation into an assault that also happened that morning?
Is there any other question along another line?
Is Corey Boston considered a suspect in this case?
We're not prepared to release any names.
Is Jesse Wolf considered a suspect?
We're not prepared to release any names.
Do you have any suspects right now?
No.
Any person that you're looking at more than another?
We have persons of interest.
How many persons of interest?
I'm not going to say the exact number.
What can you say about the search at Lake Monroe?
Lake Monroe, we received a tip. It was an anonymous tip, and there wasn't a lot of information with it, but it was very specific. So since we had the specificity, we did go ahead and have our dive team go down to Lake Monroe and take a look at the area that was described with negative results.
Okay, can you tell me what area that was?
Well, it was, no, actually I can't. I don't have it written out in front of me, sorry.
Was it Fairfax?
I'm not sure. I believe it was at the four ends end of things. Yeah.
The driver still searching Lake Monroe?
Excuse me.
How many, without naming names, as you're not prepared to do, would you be able to tell us how many lie detector tests have been administered?
I cannot say.
Are divers still searching Lake Monroe?
We are going to go out again today just because they didn't get done, they thought.
Have those lie detector tests been given to those gentlemen that were with Lauren?
I cannot address what we're doing on that.
Were there any other crimes reported over the weekend related to any of the people involved in this situation, either on Saturday or Sunday?
No.
Are you through administering those lie detector tests? Is that been done already?
I cannot talk specifically about any lie detector tests or investigation in those lines. Excuse me.
Would you characterize the Lake Monroe search as a dredging of the lake?
No.
Can you talk about the involvement of the National Center for Missing and Exploited, with Team Adam that's here? What sort of expertise are they providing, searchers, that kind of thing?
One thing that Team Adam provides us is experience. All the members of Team Adam are retired law enforcement officers that have experience. They're vetted for their experience in searching missing person cases. And so What Mr. Gerard can do for us is to help guide us as far as the organization of searches. And he also can, they don't have like an army of searchers, but his expertise is in, here's how to do it, here's how to look at things, here's how to organize it. And so he's going to continue to help us with that.
Can you give an estimate on the number of tips you've received by this point?
I would say it's in the hundreds, but other than that, I don't think I can give an estimate.
Yeah, how many
Indication of what-
Several hundred.
Can you give us an indication of what you perhaps have been able to observe or recover from the hard drives that were taken from the apartment building?
No, I mean, we do have hard drives, and we're still working on others, but I won't go into what we're looking at on those.
Do you feel like after 5 days you've been able to narrow your investigation at all and kind of get to more of a pinpoint as far as who you're looking at or anything more specific than you were looking at the beginning of the week?
I would say that while we have concentrated our efforts in several areas, we have not narrowed them, and we're not prepared to narrow them. We still have a lot of things to look at, and we're still hoping for new information, and we're still needing to look pretty much everywhere.
Do you have a better idea of what may have happened? Maybe not what Lauren is, but do you have a better idea today of what may have happened to her than you knew on Monday?
I would have to say no.
In terms of the altercation, have you managed to interview all of the people who were involved in that?
I'm not going to talk about the altercation except to restate that Lauren was not involved.
But you have watched the surveillance video of the altercation.
We've watched surveillance video of a lot of different things.
Can you just characterize the extent of the so-called altercation? Was it a physical altercation? Was it a verbal altercation? Were there punches?
Well, Lauren was not involved in any altercation, so again, that's all I'm going to say
Were any
about
of
it.
your witnesses?
I'm not going to say anything else about it.
It's been reported by many sources that she was present, though. She may not have been involved, may not have gotten in an argument, or maybe nobody put a hand on her, but she's been reported in many places that she was there during this. You're saying she was not even there during this?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything further about it.
Is there any other surveillance video of Lauren after that 2:30, 2:40 time period that you have of her?
Yes.
Is it, can you tell us what time? Was it in the alley? I know there are cameras in that alley that connects Smallwood with the 11th and Morton building. Is it those cameras there that captured her?
There are other cameras between the two apartments that show her, yes.
Can you describe what you saw on the surveillance video of Lauren after the 2:30, 2:40 time period?
Basically, just her presence coming through those camera fields.
By
And
yourself?
at what point did she stop appearing in those videos on the way home?
Basically, the videos do show her going towards the other apartment, but there's not video directly on that apartment, so that's the last video we have.
Was she alone then or with other people in that video?
There was her and somebody else.
Will you be releasing any of this video?
We're not going to right now. It's something we will discuss for the future.
Has the person in that part of the video been spoken to in the investigation?
Yes.
You previously mentioned 10 persons of interest. Have all of them retained attorneys? You know, one of them has an attorney.
Some of them have, and some of them, not all of them have, no.
So are those 10 persons of interest still all persons of interest? Have you narrowed it down at all?
They are still all persons of interest that we continue to talk to when they're willing.
Are you still serving search warrants as of today?
We do have some plans.
So, you mean that when they're willing, are some of them uncooperative?
You know, everybody at different times, either we can't reach somebody, or you know, they're not able to come in right when we need them or something like that. So, you know, we're still making appointments when we can.
But they're cooperative.
Generally, yes.
Can you elaborate at all about the search warrants that you're going to be?
Absolutely not, no.
Could the release of the surveillance video by airing it on various news organizations or showing it, could that be helpful to the police investigation and getting those images out there?
We're considering that, so yeah, again, we are considering it.
Can you describe her demeanor in these videos?
Demeanor, no.
Is she walking freely on her own?
Again, you know, I just want to say that her and another person are making their way. Are you ready to speak with us, Mr. Spierer?
Thank you all for coming today. I wanted to again thank everyone that is working with us, both from law enforcement and for all the volunteers that have been coming out. Yesterday was an especially hot day. We had hundreds and hundreds of people with, once again, a coordinated effort through the guidance of the police to make an extended search. And we ask again today, there'll be a search at 11, there's a search at 11, at 2, and at 5:30. And if everyone can lend their support to those searches, we would greatly appreciate it. IU has provided, I know that the weather is possibly going to be rain today, so there will be ponchos out there for anyone that needs them in the event that it does rain. So thank you in advance for coming out and helping us with your support. It's critical that we get the manpower out there to look for Lauren. There is now a very well integrated team approach being conducted with the Bloomington Police, and what I mean by that is there are a number of other agencies that are involved and working closely with the Bloomington Police. We have the Indiana State Police that are involved, the IU Police Department, the FBI, Team Adam, the Monroe County Sheriff's Department, and the U.S. Marshal Service. So that's quite a number of organizations and a significant amount of expertise working to help find Lauren. There is also a reward of $100,000 for information leading to the return of Lauren. I would stress again that any information you give and the contact that you have with the Bloomington Police will be anonymous. There is no taping, no recording, anything like that. And the number to call for the Bloomington Police is 812-339-4477. 812-339-4477. Now that is a number, of course, that you've probably seen on all of the posters and the small flyers around town, so it's the same number that you see there. I'm asking that in this area there's a lot of open space and wooded areas. If there are landowners that can help us with the search, we're asking that you check your own properties and look through the fields, look through the woods, look in the barns, look in the sheds, and look in the garages. And that goes for people who are living in the city of Bloomington. Please check your garages and sheds to see if you can find anything. If you need help, and again, this is particularly for the landowners that have to cover an extensive amount of ground, there is help available for you, and we ask that you call the Bloomington Police Department and express a desire to search and ask for the assistance that will be provided to you. And that number again is 812-339-4477. Right, and thanks. And if you do see anything or find anything, please don't touch it. Just call the police and let them know, and they'll come out and work with you. Just like to say that anything small could be big. So speak up and contact the Bloomington Police Hotline with any information you have regarding Lauren. So once again, thank you to all the folks here and everybody in the local community and those family and friends that are out here with us lending physical and emotional support. Thank you.
11:30 again tomorrow. That'll be all for today.